Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Spread Zone, the only podcast dedicated to making you, our loyal Spread Zone listeners, some serious cash. My name is Rizz, alongside the best, the absolute A-plus, top-notch, best in the business, Mr. Tim McKernan and Anthony Stalter. And as always, the show is brought to you by our great partners at FanDuel. Build your bankroll right alongside us by using the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Of course, get the best odds, great promos, and live bet as the action unfolds. So let's get right into it. Segment one, as always, is our recap. Tim McKernan, how did we do?
Rizz, it is a dark day here on the FanDuel Spread Zone set.
No. Again, another bad week?
Well, they're bad weeks, and then there are getting one win weeks. And that's
collectively?
No. Then we'd probably have to have an emergency board meeting.
Yes.
Maybe liquidate some assets. I brought one win home.
Really?
And that, Anthony, was coming off the 6-win week. You start seeing the board. You start reading your press clippings. And then you go out.
So this was a Tim McKernan 1-win week.
That's correct. I got one win, and that was Texas Tech, barely, by the way, covering the 38.5 against Oklahoma State, who has decided to shut it down for the 2025 season. So that's a freebie. But everything else.
Oh, man. Your lock, you got your lock wrong.
Well, the lock we pushed. That's another conversation here. Anthony, you and Rizz worked out a deal.
Yeah.
In which Rizz got Texas minus 6.5 against Mississippi State, but we had Mississippi State at 7. So we push, but Rizz got the win on that, and Mississippi State was my lock. They, of course, were leading by 17 plus their 7 points with, I think it was 12 minutes left in the game, and then managed to lose
OT
in overtime. Yes.
That kick. Okay, so the line at kickoff was 7.5.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. That's just.
Well, we had agreed to my odds before.
We did. No. It's all on the up and up. We got the push.
It's tracked. The spreadsheet is the gospel.
I forgot what the line was, though. I was thinking that was a dub.
No, that's a loss. So, Anthony, you went 3-3 with the push. I went 1-5, and Rizz, you went 3-4. So 3-3 is the big winner.
Oh, man.
Anthony, you are now 37-31 on the season, 54% against the spread. I am 34-31 on the season, 52% against the spread. I mean, it's great to be winning, but we want 55% or above.
Yeah.
And Rizz, you are 24-38 on the season, 39% against the spread. I guess if there's one thing I can hold on to, I'm still 5-3. Should have been, could have been 6-3 had Mississippi State won or covered, and that's 63% against the spread on my locks. Anthony and Rizz both 4-5 on your locks.
Tim, what happened to you this week?
I don't know. Well, there's a data point. I bet you're aware of this. What happened in the NFL this week as far as favorites and underdogs? Are you aware of this?
The favorites covered,
11 of 13 games, I believe. And that is the best favorites have done against the spread since 1985. Every pick I made was an underdog. So I went over in the NFL.
I think the overs did well too, outside of course, if you took the over in the Falcons-Dolphins game as your lock.
That's what happened.
What
here
was
with
the
this
line?
Anthony, it's a great question. It was 45. And the
Final score 31-10. No, 34-10. Dolphins had an opportunity to kick a field goal, really pour some salt into the wound there. About 8 minutes left. Nah. We're not going to rub it in. We're the Dolphins. We have class.
Hey, you know what, fellas? Let's not be all negative. Let's go into this podcast cocksure. I don't know.
I like that. You know what? I think that's the right adjective.
All right, listen, we'll take our first break. When we come back, we are diving headfirst into Week 10, double digits. Week 10, the college football slate. We've each got 3 picks to make. Hopefully win you some money. And while you wait, open that big, beautiful blue FanDuel app and get these lines ready. We will be right back on the Spread Zone presented by FanDuel. All right, we are back on the Spread Zone, of course, presented by FanDuel. Time to make some money on the college slate. Week 10 on deck, and I'll throw to Tim McKernan. Tim McKernan, you're first pick for college football week 10?
There is, I had a 6-in-1 week 2 weeks ago, and all I did was make plays on 4 SEC games. And so I am going to go back to that, which I feel like I know, and bounce back from last week's 1 win debacle. So I'm going to start on the Georgia-Florida game. Rizz, I'm going to go over 50.5. Florida gets rid of Billy Napier. They have 2 weeks to prepare for the Bulldogs, who don't have a great defense, and they will get DJ Lagway and the Gators offense going to get at least 20 points. Georgia won't have a problem scoring either. Over 50.5 Georgia-Florida is how I'm going to open it up, Anthony.
I'm going to stay in the SEC with Tim. I'm sure he's on this play as well, because Tim and I have been in lockstep
now
over
I know where we're going.
Bulldogs.
Yep.
Arkansas chooses not to play defense.
Yes, they do.
And once again, odds makers have given points to Mississippi State. Now, had we got the right line, we would have won that thing last weekend, nearly won it outright. If Mississippi State can score 30 on Texas's defense, what can they do against Arkansas's defense? Give me Mississippi State plus 4.5 against the Razorbacks.
All right, for my first pick, I'm back at a team that's rolling. Give me number 7, Ole Miss, minus 12.5 at home against the South Carolina Gamecocks.
All right.
Rebels are 4-1 against the spread at home this season, while the Gamecocks are 0-2 against the line on the road. So I am on Ole Miss minus 12.5 against South Carolina.
I'm kicking myself for not taking Ole Miss last week against Oklahoma. I thought they would move the ball well. They're getting 5.5, and I talked myself out of it because something didn't feel right with the line.
Yeah, the number was strange. Yeah. I agree with you. That's it's funny that you bring up Mississippi State. That's my next play. Mississippi State plus 4.5. They are a legitimately good team. They're gonna get somebody at some point, and by get somebody, I mean somebody not like Arkansas. They're a good team. They already got Arizona State, and that flies under the radar, and that was when Arizona State had Sam Leavitt. This is a good team. They should have beaten Tennessee. They should have beaten Florida. They should have certainly beaten Texas, and if they had that record, they'd be a top 20 team, much less top 25, but instead they're getting 4.5 against Arkansas. It's scary, the number. I will roll with Mississippi State.
Anthony? My second play is going to be on a team that I took last week. I didn't understand the line. They're only laying 4.5 against a Baylor team that wasn't very good. And in the first half, it was kind of tight, but then Cincinnati opened things up. I don't know why Cincinnati's catching 9 in Utah. We've seen Utah in these spots before where they're playing a pretty decent team. BYU is an example, and they lost.
Texas Tech earlier this year.
Texas Tech, thank you. Yes, exactly. So Texas, and they hosted Texas Tech early in the day.
That's right.
And Texas Tech got them. They shut them right down. So they have failed almost every big test this year. Give me Cincinnati plus 9. I don't understand why that line's that big.
Yep. I was looking at that one too, man.
All right, second, I'm taking the points with a live road dog. Give me Duke plus 3.5 at Clemson. Clemson is 3-4 in the season. They've not covered the spread in a single home game this year. Duke, meanwhile, is 4-3, is covered in 3 of their last 4, and they had the best quarterback on the field with, of course, you all know, Darian Mensah. I will gladly take the points with the Duke Blue Devils plus 3.5 at Clemson.
Rizz, I'm going to stay in the SEC here. We were talking about the strangeness, Anthony, of the line with Oklahoma and Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. This one strikes me as a little strange. It's a Saturday night game in Knoxville, Tennessee, who I'm not necessarily high on. It's more about being down on Oklahoma and specifically the health of their quarterback, John Mateer. Tennessee is only laying 3 against the Sooners on Saturday night in Knoxville. Tennessee's still alive for the college football playoff. They will put up some points on Oklahoma's defense, and they will win this thing comfortably. I really like Tennessee minus 3 against the Sooners Saturday night in Knoxville.
I'm going to take a big favorite, and I tend not to do this, but a lot of the lines are big this weekend. If you want a good team, you're going to be paying the price. Give me Michigan minus 21 against a horrible Purdue team. Coming off a 3-point loss as a 3-point favorite against Rutgers. They didn't even score against Northwestern. They lost by 7 to Minnesota. They got shredded by Illinois, shredded by Notre Dame, shredded by USC. This is one of the worst teams in college football. So give me Michigan minus 21 at the Big House against the Boilermakers.
All right, for my final pick, I'm back in the Magic. Give me number 9 Vanderbilt plus 1.5 on the road against number 20 Texas. How do you think Vanderbilt looked last week?
Defensively looked great. I thought Mizzou played and did a tremendous job against Diego Pavia.
So they're getting a 1.5. But yet they're the higher seeded team in this matchup. I think the Commodores have passed every test during the 3-game gauntlet against SEC powers, and now they're getting points against a Texas team that needed overtime to beat Kentucky and Mississippi State. So I'll take Vanderbilt plus 1.5 on the road against Texas for my college football pick, my final one.
It's the game I am looking forward to watching most this Saturday, Vanderbilt, Texas.
All right, excellent stuff, fellas. That's a wrap on college football. We'll come back. We're on the pros. NFL Week 9, and we've each got 3 picks and our FanDuel Lock of the Week. You don't want to miss it. Go to FanDuel right now. Get a no-sweat first bet. You're not going to lose. We will be right back. Spread Zone presented by FanDuel. And we are back for our final segment of the Spread Zone, brought to you by FanDuel. It's time for the big boys, NFL Week 9. And Tim, we'll start with you.
I think we have reached the point of the season in which Thursday night overs are profit centers. And with Lamar Jackson returning to go up against the Dolphins defense, I think we're going to see the Ravens put up some points. And Baltimore, even though known for its defense, has actually had a porous defense in part because of the injuries they're experiencing all over the field. Dolphins and Ravens Thursday night football over 51 for me to start.
Dolphins and Ravens on Thursday night.
Little rough, Rizz.
Yuck.
Rizz, you might as well keep that face on, that disgusted face, because as Tim mentioned at the start here, the favorites crushed last week. I'm going to do something that I'm going to regret.
Oh, no.
I hate my card. I hate it. But I think underdogs, the pendulum's going to swing back. Give me the Dolphins plus 7.5.
What?
Thursday night football, short week. Lamar's back, as Tim just noted. It should be a high-scoring game. The Dolphins are terrible outdoors away from Miami. Got a little momentum because they beat the Falcons last weekend. Give me the Dolphins and the points off the short week.
All right. For my first pick, it's a team that's been an absolute covering machine. I'm on the Patriots, minus 5.5 at home against a team that lost to the Dolphins last week, the Falcons. So the Pats have won and covered 5 straight games. Drake May is playing at an MVP level since week 4. The Falcons' offense has struggled. So I'm going to lay the points with the hot hand. Give me the Patriots minus 5.5 at home against the Falcons.
I am going to go with the Bills and Chiefs over, as I have an over theme this week. I went underdogs last week. I'm going overs this week. This is the 325 special, perhaps an AFC Championship preview game. Bills and Chiefs, there will be offense, 52.5. It's one of those numbers where you could put it at 60. I'm still going over. Bills and Chiefs over 52.5. Spagnuolo's defense looked great on Monday night against Marcus Mariota and the Commanders. Different program against the Bills, and the Bills defense has struggled this year, underperforming. I will take the over on that one. Big days for the big boys, Allen and Mahomes.
I was going to be on Rizz's play with the Patriots leading up to today, but everybody's going to be on the Pats. Give me the Falcons plus 5.5.
Oh, a defining moment.
The Falcons are in total desperation mode. I hate almost everything about this team right now, a team that I actually root for, but they've just disgusted me so much. But Penix should be back. Drake London should be back. Jalen Walker should be back. There's another, Billy Bowman should be back. Their talented rookie nickel corner. I think that we've reached a point where the Patriots line has grown so much because of what Rizz talked about with them just covering left and right, and the Falcons looked miserable last week. I mean, miserable. So I think this is a desperation move. I think the Falcons, at the very least, keep it close, and they lose in heartbreaking fashion. So my team loses, yet I get this pick here in the spread zone.
And when it's all said and done,
they lose by 3.
That matters.
Last second field goal.
Look at that. Dial it in.
I am fading a team that's just not good. The Bengals. I mean, they lost to the Jets last week. I know the Jets had a little magic with the Mangold thing and the owner talking about Justin Fields, but I mean, still. So give me the Bears -2.5 on the road against the Bengals. The Bengals are a bottom 5 team in the NFL. The Bears are significantly better. They're a better team, and frankly should be favored by more than 2.5. And don't let one good game from Joe Flacco a couple weeks ago fool you into thinking the Bengals are a decent team. I'm taking the Bears.
I will stay in that region of the country. NFC North showdown. Lions and Vikings. I expect this one to have a lot of points. I will take the over of 48 on the Lions and Vikings for my final NFL pick.
I like that one a lot. I actually, that was one I just kind of crossed off, but I've been toying around with it. I like that play a lot. This is the only pick where I feel like I'm actually choosing the best team and the right side. Give me the Chiefs -1. They look fantastic over the last couple of weeks. I know they haven't played anybody, but that offense has been clicking. Rashee Rice back, and even though the Bills bounced back last week against Carolina, I still think the Bills have issues. I mean, before they spanked Carolina, we saw them against that same Atlanta team struggle. So give me the Chiefs. Full strength, -1. The Bills have had a lot of regular season success against Kansas City, but usually it's a spot where Kansas City's like 8-2 or something. This is the Chiefs know that they've got to rebound from what they did in September. So laying the point with the Chiefs.
All right, for my final NFL pick, I'm back on a home team with an elite defense, and I'm talking the Houston Texans +1.5 against the Broncos. You know, everybody's talking about Denver's defense, but it's Houston that has the number 1 defense in both points and yards allowed. The Texans have covered in 3 of the last 4. Denver's 0-2 against the spread as a road favorite. And I think the Texans defense gets it done at home. Let's give it the Texans getting 1.5 against the Broncos.
All right.
All right, it's time for our FanDuel Locks of the week. The one pick we feel most confident about. Hopefully make us all some money. So we'll start with Anthony.
All right, boys, I said I don't like laying big numbers, but I also noted that if you want a good team, you're going to have to lay the big number this week in college football. Give me Ohio State -20.5 against Penn State. I don't think Penn State scores, quite frankly. Penn State did a decent job against Iowa last week, or was it 2 weeks ago when they played?
Yeah, they hung with them.
Yeah, they lost 25-24. Good for them. You know, they kind of put up a bit of a fight there, but they're still on a 4-game losing streak. They fired James Franklin a couple of weeks ago, lost their starting quarterback in Aller. Give me Ohio State. I think they're going to flex this weekend, so I'm going to lay the 20.5.
Yeah, the total for that game is only 43.
Right.
How about that?
I could see a 41-0 Ohio State win.
I know the SEC, Rizz, and I know Texas Tech, and Texas Tech is legitimate. The one game they lost, they did not have their starting quarterback. Baron Morton is back this week. They will be laying 7 at Manhattan, Kansas. K-State off a big win in Lawrence, but they will be overvalued because of it. Texas Tech, I think, is a college football playoff team. I shall lay the 7 because they're going to need to win big to be one of the Big 12 representatives. Texas Tech -7 at Kansas State is my lock.
All right, my FanDuel lock of the week is the Seattle Seahawks -3.5 against the Washington Commanders. Sam Darnold looks pretty damn good, huh? Mm-hmm. Ranks in the top 3 in the league in advanced metrics. They're an elite team for offense and defense and special teams. It's a top tier football team. So let's not overthink this. Lock in the Seattle Seahawks -3.5 on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. All right, fellas.
There it is.
We did it.
It's bounce back week around here, Rizz. It's bounce back week.
It is. It's bounce back season. And that's a wrap for this week on the Spread Zone, brought to you by FanDuel. Quick reminder, all our picks are made on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, so make sure you download that today and tail us as we build, hopefully, our bankrolls all season long. Tim McKernan, Anthony Stalter, my name is Rizz, and this has been the Spread Zone. Good luck, everybody.
We provide information about sports betting for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm gambling regulations in your state of residence. To participate in sports gaming, you must be 21 years of age or older and be physically present in a state where sports betting is legal. If you or someone you know has a sports betting or gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org for more information and further assistance.